Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investment. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company here at Master Investor and our brand. If you're new to our community, ensure to subscribe, follow us on all of the social media platforms. If you're an existing subscriber, welcome back. And check out all the links in the description so that you can have access to our digital courses, products, other services, and tools that we need in order to build wealth successfully, using the new rules of money, the business principles that work in all economies, and understanding how to capitalize on any type of economy. When everybody's panicking and talking about the next collapse, which is already begun when we enter COVID-19, the world began to shift, and we have to learn how to utilize technology, artificial intelligence, to work less, to free us from working physically, right? And have systems providing a solution to the world, because every business is created to provide a solution to help in an area in the world. So what type of problems do we want to solve? Entrepreneurship has to do with solving problems and having the eye for opportunities when people begin to panic and call for crisis. We need to be prepared for any type of economy. That's why financial literacy is the key of financial intelligence, really is, because with more data that we have regarding money, business, and investing, and as long as we turn that into knowledge by applying it in our lives, we always say that, right? Because we can read as many books as we want, we can listen to as many podcasts, pay as many seminars, products and services to help us develop our mindset and skills as a wealthy entrepreneur. But if we don't do what it says we're supposed to do, right, we have to follow through. Otherwise, it's just information sitting in our minds. We have to put it into our lives. So make sure that we have a plan every day that is catered to build the 4 pillars of an extraordinary life: health, wealth, love, and happiness, because we can't get far without neither of them. You don't want to have wealth, but you don't have any other pillar. That would be miserable, and a lot of people optimize for the wrong things. And many people are chasing a high-paying job that they don't like. They're working for the paycheck, and they're thinking that, well, they sacrifice their health, they sacrifice feeling stressed, they sacrifice being in environments that they don't like, and that is the wrong path to go into, because at the end of the day, you sacrifice on one of the most important things, which is health. When we're in an environment that our bodies is rejecting, and you continue to do that for X, Y, and Z years, that's a lot of time. And everything is energy, so you're going to push your body to know what it's supposed to become. You're pushing it to become something else that doesn't even recognize it in itself, because we're supposed to be great at whatever we're doing. So if you're not standing above the average, right, it's because you're not doing the right thing in your daily routines. Sometimes people spend a lot of time doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. They are good things. It's not that it's bad, but they could be doing something else with their lives, achieving their dreams, attracting people that can help us become better and achieve everything that we ever want in our lives. A lot of people go to their end of their life without achieving what they're supposed to achieve or what they wanted to achieve. And because they didn't follow the intuition. They were too afraid to take a risk. They were worried about what other people thought. And at the end of the day, none of that matters. If you want to be a streamer, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start a podcast, go ahead, take action. Start with the first audio, with the first video. Turn on the camera, talk to the camera as if you're talking to your friend or a family member that you're going to help out, given your information that you have through your experience. We can help a lot of people in the world. Only it takes one time to be right? That's all it takes. And then once we can capitalize on that, then we can leverage ourselves. So we can go from rags to riches very quickly, as long as we are aligned with the opportunities that are in front of us. If you're not aligned because you're distracted doing something else, you're missing on what's in front of us. So it's better to double down on what is good for us on the 4 pillars. So I always have a routine: health, wealth, love, and happiness. What am I doing today to accomplish those 4 things? So go to the gym, eat healthy, regardless of how hungry I am, how stressed, or whatever excuse to eat something that is unhealthy. I will not do it, because I'm going to make sure that I protect my temple, that I protect my mind, and I want to make sure that I lead by example. I have to feel strong so I can come out here and help our community grow. Our mission here at Master Investor is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education. Made simple, we're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. It truly takes a certain mindset to become wealthy. It takes having the context of the wealthy, the philosophy, the way we think about money, the way we approach it, the way we make money. Majority of people, all they do is make money through earned income, right? And they save money and they work, save money, they work, they get a high-paying job offer, they will jump to that one even though they may like the one that they're getting paid less. And that's what I'm talking about. Doing things that your body's telling you not to do. I don't see that positive in any way, shape, or form, because we have to listen to our intuition as our guidance system. And in regards to money, it boils down to our intuition too. Believe it or not, doing business is about reading other people, understanding who is authentic, right? Learning how to do due diligence, how to partner with the right group of people, and just be as positive as possible when we are approaching our business, but also have the ability to say, hey, this is not working. We have to do something else differently, because we're calling the shots. Here at Master Investor, you're calling the shots, right? In our community, we're all building our asset column individually, but we're all calling the shots. We're not giving our money away to anybody to invest it for us. We're not that type of investors. We are active investors, okay? And we're working on the basics of money and business and investing, right? Going back to the basics, learning the history of money. That's why we come here together to talk about the subject of money and how it has evolved and the important changes and the laws that has happened in the past decades, because a lot of people are not aware of that. So we have to bring it into attention of our community so that we can get to the next level financially. Once we understand something, once we have the next twist, something that we were stuck on, it boils down to having something else coming in our lives from a different perspective, different mentor that has accomplished more than we have accomplished, or maybe they have accomplished something that we haven't accomplished, and we want to learn something from them. And it's called the twist. I like to call it the twist because it takes us to a next level, and there's always a twist for each level. So regardless of how successful we are, we always have to attach ourselves to mentors and improve our team. So a lot of times upgrade our team, because maybe the team or the mentor that we had, we already surpassed that mentor, and it's okay. We will keep him in the same network, right? We can always learn. We can always go back to that source because we obviously learned something previously. But it doesn't mean that we have to get stuck with that. We have to continue to upgrade ourselves. So if you feel stuck in any way, shape, or form in your life, like if you feel financially, then you need to have a twist coming in your life. So it could be a structure of a sentence that you hear from a mentor. You'll be like, oh, and it really takes you to the next echelon. And that's what it's all about. Always stepping forward, right? It's getting started and having that routine, that momentum going, and forgetting about how we feel. Sometimes we don't feel like doing things that we're supposed to be doing for us. And I always say, work smart, like learn how to be lazy and make more money and get wealthy, but not lazy in the sense that you're not going to do anything. Be productive. Whatever it needs, the company needs to be doing, we need to accomplish that, because we're the ones calling the shots. We're the ones building the asset column. So we have to organize all of that. So it takes effort, it takes energy, and we're never off the clock. It doesn't mean that we're always working though, because we have control over our time and we're building passive income. That's the income that we're focusing on working for. Passive income and making money work hard through sound investing. That's rule number one in our community here at Master Investor, because that is what the ultra wealthy do every day. So we're exactly doing what our mentors and what people at the very top are doing, right? We need to align ourselves with that mindset. We need to make sure that we are rubbing shoulders, listening to the right podcast. Let's be consumers, but also producers, because we have to consume and produce. We have to read as much as possible and be aware of what's happening so that we can catch early trends. But we need to produce. We need to understand systems, because a sound business is a system of systems. And yesterday and the day before, we had our live streams we're doing on YouTube every day. So if you haven't watched them, make sure you go back. And I wanted to touch bases on using stocks to invest for cash flow That's the one that we did yesterday, and the one before was profit is always made by a skilled investor. And at the end of the day, I want to just jump in here and give you this message because a lot of people are optimizing for the wrong thing. So when we're building our wealth, think about this. You can get started with no products at all, like without you building the product. You can get started by doing a partnership through an affiliate program, okay? There are hundreds of companies, thousands of companies, unlimited amounts of companies, okay, to choose from. Do we have to buy the products? No. So the phrase that people say all the time, it takes money to make money, is not quite accurate. It's not so true what that means just like that. Because if that was true, then every saver, every person that saves money, right? All the savers in the world that works hard for earned income and they put their check or whatever is left after the expenses are paid and their house is paid, their biggest liability, right? And they call it an asset, but it's not an asset because they're paying for it with their hard-earned income, then it's not an asset. It's not putting money into it. Oh no, it's going up in value. They bought it for $500,000, now it's $800,000. And they feel like they're becoming wealthy because they're looking at a paper that says that their house now is valued due to inflation. It's in a bubble right now. Unless that person has financial education. But here's the next thing that I would say to that person and how we can tell the person has low financial intelligence. Because number one, that person is saving money after all expenses and liabilities because all that person has is liabilities, right? So the pattern of that person is working hard for money, getting a paycheck, paying for the liabilities, and then making sure that if they have anything left, that goes into the saving account in their bank, and they feel good because they're looking at that the entire day. It's like, oh yeah, they got more money in there in the saving account. While that money is being lended to people like me and to people like us in here in our community that knows how to utilize the tax code, the real estate to put that money to work. And also businesses too, existing businesses, but it's easier to raise capital. It's not easier, but it's more for the banks. They like to raise they like to lend money on real estate, which is ultimately a business operation, right? It's a commercial real estate. Unless the business has a history of making this amount of cash flow every day, etc., and we can bring that analysis to the bank, then yes, the bank will look at that and will lend us the money because the banks are always in the business of what? Of lending money. And they have something that is called a CAMO score, which means it's like a credit score. That means that we need to continue to bring assets to the bank because the higher the CAMO score is, the more money they can lend, the more money they can print. Remember, today we are over $34 trillion in national debt. And the reason why I mention this is because if that's the case, we need to understand that the world works with printing money. And today is digital too. So it doesn't mean that the entire money that we're using every day through debt, okay, because money is created through debt by printing it. Because gold isn't attached to the dollar anymore. So it doesn't mean that we're printing, let's say if the United States is using $2 to $3 billion a day, it doesn't mean that it's printing the entire $1 trillion in papers. Some of that is going to be digital, 100%. And some of that is going to be notes that we know as, right? The paper that we see around, and which is garbage, is monopoly money. You must feel it and treat it like that. Otherwise, it's going to take control of your life. We want to make sure that money is our slave. Money, we tell money what to do because we have financial intelligence. But the problem is that paper is dead. Once that paper is sparked, it goes back to its intrinsic value, which is zero. So we must move our money from asset to asset, and we can only do that when we have financial education. So we use money to make more money. But the only way we can do that is financial education. So the phrase that it takes money to make money is not quite true, because the people that are saving money in the bank account, the people that have their houses claiming that it is their asset because it went up in value, but they're paying for it. We know it's not an asset. It's a liability in their financial statement. It's an asset to the bank because the bank is getting their payments every month. While that person is working hard every morning, leaving what they love at home, right? And their dreams and things that they want to do, to go work hard for that check to put a roof over their head. But they could also put the roof over their head differently and a lot easier and more savvy if they just acquire the mentality of the ultra wealthy. Exactly what we're teaching here inside of our community. So this is for everybody, really. If you like to have more freedom in your life and you want to maybe in the future quit your job or have an exit strategy sooner than later, then building your financial education is important. Because now you have the power. You're not going to give your money away to anybody. We never encourage anyone, or we never tell you to invest over here, invest over there. No, invest in your financial education. That's just about what we're going to tell you to do in regards to investing your money. Invest in your financial education. We have free content. There are other mentors in the world that have free content as well. So we always encourage our community to go out there and look for the information that we're seeking in regards to our dreams, right? Look for mentors. There are great communities, but make sure that we are aligned with the wealthy principles. A master investor is always going to be a source where you can come back and refresh your mind, go back to the basics. You can know that it's a place that we're authentic in regards to the ultra wealthy mindset, and we're literally breaking it down completely in different products and services so that we can grab and build our financial intelligence. Whatever we need. Okay, I need to invest in real estate. This is my first time. Okay, I'm going to get this ebook. I'm going to get this e-course. My first time building a digital asset. Okay, I'm going to get this, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on. Actually, that ebook, by clicking the link in the description, we have 3 right now: the 10 new rules of money, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain. All of them are amazing volumes. I recommend everyone to get them if you have not got them. Okay, it's a Starbucks coffee if you like Starbucks, right? It's not much, but it's a great investment when you get them from our website, because right now, when you get in, and that's going to be forever too. So, but in the future, that digital course is going to be worth a lot more, because that will have more assets. It has the ebook, it has other tools, resources, it will have interviews, emphasizing more on that volume, on that topic specifically. And since everything is changing, we cannot just leave it like that. That's why I call it the Vivid Digital Course, right? Vivid Financial Digital Course that you will always have access to, okay? And as many times we update the information there, you will always have access to that information. The ebook will be yours for life. And as many new editions we will publish, you will have access to those editions at no extra cost. Also, you'll have access to any other asset that we add in there in the future. Think about this. So we are continuously adding assets. So when you get in today, in a year from now, 2-3 years from now, of course, the asset itself, the digital course, is going to be worth a lot more, but you will have all the assets for free at no cost on your part, because you got in right now. If you're watching this in a year from now and 10 years from now, then it's going to be the same thing for you. If you get in right now, in the near future will be more, and then you will always have access to anything else that we add in there. However, if you like to just get the books, go to Amazon and get the paperback, or get your Kindle book if you like to read them there. We are also on Amazon, but I always recommend go to our website, because it's just, you're getting better stuff for your investment, right? You're not just getting the ebook, you're going to immediately tap into a virtual office that you can access from anywhere. Download the ebook into your smart device as many times as you want, and you can read it through the virtual office, and you can have access to any videos, courses, any that we add in there to help us build the asset column. So make sure that you join our inner circle and start investing in your financial education, self-development, and we need to put as priority expenses investing, and meaning that we are going to invest that money. So if we want to invest in crypto, in whichever asset class we're going to invest, we're going to do that. We're not going to give it to a company to invest it for us. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to help you understand how to invest your capital so that it can work for you, and you can use that excess of cash flow as an expense, not as an asset, unless you're building that asset to pay for, of course, a liability that we want. And that's what we always say. It's not about shrinking your liability column. It's not about getting out of bad debt, because maybe that bad debt is what we want to have. What we need to have specifically is passive income with good debt, so that we can pay for any bad debt and any expenses that we want to have. And we're not going to worry about saving money or cutting our expenses, because that means we're shrinking. That mindset is the poor mindset. It goes against our values. As a master investor and a business owner, it goes against of who we are. We need to understand how to have the new rules of money in front of us. So go get that ebook. You need to have systems in place. So we need to have a capture page or a landing page which collects emails and names of potential customers. And we need to have that working for us 24/7. We can do that very easy, okay? It's not hard to do. We don't need to know coding or any of this stuff. These systems are already created for us. All we need to do is take control over them and put them to work and do an ad. How do we do an ad? With artificial intelligence. If you've never done an ad and you're like, oh, I never done an ad, I don't know how to do this, it's gonna be, everybody, there's so much content that we have here in our YouTube channel that we show you exactly how to go to Facebook, create your ad account and launch your first ad. You can even do it with AI, meaning that you just press a button, put the title, whatever ad you want to do, and it creates it for us like this, instantly. So, zero excuses. Don't worry about whether you have the skills or not. What we need to do is invest in our financial education so that we can improve our skills. We don't need to be great to get started. We need to get started to become great at anything. And we're going to study the great, right? We're going to seek the right information from mentors and people that already have done what we want to do, and we're going to become even greater than them because we have better technology, we have more opportunity. They're giving us their wisdom, so we are avoiding mistakes that we shouldn't be making so that we can get to our destination faster. And it's not about the destination, it's about the journey in every single moment. But if we can get to our financial goals faster, then we're going to be able to experience more happiness, more love. And it's not that money is, we have to be obsessed with money, but we need to be obsessed with the idea that we will control money and that we will tell money what to do and that we will never let money tell us what to do, regardless of the situation. We will not break our ethics. We will not break our core values of a wealthy individual to achieve any short-term success in any way, shape, or form. We want to make sure that we're building wealth fast, but legally, so that we can keep our freedom, right? We can keep our assets. We can sleep at night, right? That's about the total freedom. That's true wealth. It's measured in freedom, not necessarily in money. A lot of people have money, but they're not wealthy. So the idea of having money in the bank is that it determines how wealthy you are is the wrong mindset completely, okay? Because that money sitting there is working for people like me. So you're saving money for me basically because I'm going out there to the bank and I'm raising capital. And there are hundreds of thousands of other wealthy entrepreneurs around the world and around the United States doing the same thing. So the bank turns around, gives the savers money to the entrepreneurs because the more money they have on their savings account, right, the bank can print more money because it's their cash reserve that they have. And they know that the customer or the client is not going to spend money because all he does or she does is save money the entire year. They've been doing that for the past 10 years. Look at their paperwork. So they have more power now because they can lend money to the right group of people, which are the ones that bring some assets. Remember, the bank is looking for people that can bring them assets. They cannot do it themselves because this is a capitalist country, okay? And it must be acquired through a citizen or wealthy entrepreneur away from the bank in order for that transaction to work. It cannot be like the bank owning the asset itself without having a person in between that is controlling it for profit. And that's what a capitalist is. That's why I always say a master investor, an inside investor, a wealth entrepreneur is a capitalist. That's the highest level of investor, being a capitalist. So we need to understand how to have systems in place, doing the selling and telling for us, providing a solution so that we can capitalize on that market. And we need to learn how to have systems because that's what's going to give us the freedom. We don't ever want to have a job, right? Own a job, meaning that you have what people call it self-employed, but that's why they're on the left side of the cash flow circle, because on the right side, we find the business owner and the wealth entrepreneur. Business owner owns systems, control systems. We make money even when we're not working because the systems are working for us.